Preparing to live stream.
Looks like it's working.
Are you checking on the
Yeah.
YouTube channel as well?
Yeah.
So we'll let people in then.
Oh, great. Welcome, everybody. We're a bit late. Happy New Year. Yeah, we were a bit technically challenged tonight, but here we are now. So very welcome, everybody. At the moment, you are going to be mute. Some of you are watching this online, through our YouTube channel. And I can see some of you in front of me on the screen. It's good to see so many faces, so many familiar faces. Some people coming as well to their first Sangha night online. So very welcome, especially to all of you. So we'll have a bit of time just to greet you properly after the meditation. But you can use the chat bots just to say hello to each other. Yes, and yeah, this is a very, very special evening. So we are obviously starting the new year. And well, we're starting the new year at the same time that we enter another lockdown. So tonight we're going to be looking a bit about how to work with our emotions. It's probably this being the third lockdown. It's not probably not so much of newness, of a shock to us, but it might still be a strange sense of that living with that level of uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen in a way that is much more tangible than before. Because if we reflect a bit more deeply, we can just realize that most of the time we really don't know what's going to happen. We don't have any control really over the future. We don't have any control over the next moment. What is going to happen is always unexpected. But we live a bit with that tendency, that habit of believing that things can be planned and things can be controlled in the future. So one very important meditation that we practice here in the Nottingham Sangha is that of the Metta Bhavana. So some of you might be practicing this meditation for a while now, and others are a bit newer to it. And metta is a very important force in the universe. So it's not so much something that we own individually. In a way, we cannot really own those more subtle emotions. In a way, we just tune in. We become a bit of a channel for those emotions to act in the world. And obviously, our experience is not just one kind of emotion. It's usually much more complex than that. It's much more layered. But if you remember, a basic way of describing our experience is that of we are constantly exposed to things that we find challenging, difficult, things that probably we try to avoid, things people experiences that might feel unpleasant. And on the other hand, on the other sort of the other extreme of that range of experience, we are constantly looking for that which is pleasant, which is satisfying, yeah, especially in a sort of sensorial hedonistic way. And yeah, we do that with, as I said, with things, with people, with experiences. And when we're in tune with those more sublime, subtle emotions like metta, our experience doesn't necessarily change that much. Yeah, we are still exposed to those possibilities. But in the Buddhist tradition, we talk about a range of positive emotions when we encounter different possibilities in that spectrum of experience. Yeah. So when we encounter something that is difficult, you know, when we see, for example, suffering in the world, when we see other people suffering, when we see wars, victims of crimes, you know, when we see in general the human condition exposed to the pressures of life, we have a possibility as human beings, as truly human beings, of responding with compassion to that. But then there's other possibility, that is when we see something that is going well, you know, that when we see somebody who is happy, we can also respond with happiness. Yeah. So within the Buddhist tradition, that's that particular kind of a skillful response is called mudita, yeah, or sympathetic joy. Yeah. So there is a sense of connection with the other, and it's a sense of enjoyment, rejoicing that those people are, you know, are happy, are enjoying their lives. Things are going well for them. They're achieving things. They are growing. They are developing. Yeah. So that's what we are going to try to go into tonight. But first of all, I just wanted to say something about the other emotions that can come into place, you know, when we are exposed to somebody else's happiness. You know? Because it might be that what the first thing that we experience when we see somebody else being happy, being successful, being developing and growing, might not be necessarily joy. You know, it might not be even empathy. Might not be happiness at all. Yeah? So it might feel. No, it might feel sometimes that we can be a bit cynical, you know, around other people's joy and happiness, and it might be that we find for a very brief period of time a secret satisfaction in the misfortune of others. Yeah? So the interesting thing with these emotions, when we talk about emotions, is that it's something very personal. Yeah, so we need to be very honest about what we are working with. So for example, it might be that we have a good friend of us that suddenly gets something that they were expecting for a while. And it might be that what we experience might be jealousy or envy, yeah? Rather than an immediate sense of satisfaction and joy for them. And the interesting thing with all this is that they are energies that can be transformed. So all those raw emotions that might feel unskillful, they can be transformed. They can be, in a way, sort of like an alchemy of energies, can be refined and liberated into something much more skillful. So tonight we're going to do a period of Metta Bhavana, but we are going to be adding a stage just after we focus on wishing ourselves goodness, well-being. We're going to try to bring to mind somebody that we know that is happy. Yeah. So we just come back from this festive period. It was challenging for some people. It was difficult. You know, many people couldn't get together during this period. But it might be that we were able to see some people enjoying their lives, you know, and probably in a skillful way. You know, some people. I had a conversation on Christmas Day with somebody in the Sangha. I just bumped onto her on the Sangha, and And it was very good to talk a bit, and something that she was reflecting about the year 2020 was the fact that her partner didn't got COVID, you know, and that was a reason to be joyful, to be happy. Yeah. So it might be something as simple as that. You know, it might be something as simple as we are, you know, enjoying a certain level of welfare, a certain level of health, and other people in our, you know, in our lives might be doing that as well. Just looking at the screen tonight, I really enjoy doing this meditation, you know, being able to see people. You know, I see people that I have connections with in different degrees of experience and depths, if you want, but I feel connected with all of you. So the fact that we can come together, you know, that we, in a way, coming together, we are celebrating a certain degree of connection, a certain degree of friendship, even, you know, that's a reason to be joyful. Yeah, that's a reason of to be even grateful, if you want. Yeah, to rejoice in each other's presence, and to practice together just for the cheerfulness of being together. Yeah, for the sake of being together. So we're going to be that, just adding this stage. And if you want to make it even more simpler for you, those of you who are connected via Zoom, if you look at the gallery view, and you don't need to think too much about, you know, somebody that you can experience mudita for. Just look at somebody in the screen and pick somebody in your screen now, you know, and just remember their smiles. I see many people smiling right now in the screen, and that's enough. Just remember that during the meditation. That will be enough for you to feel this positive emotion that we're trying to cultivate tonight. Here I am in the shrine room with 3 good friends from the community. So Darren, who is back today, Zach, who came back yesterday, and Gareth, who has been the wizard, the tech wizard behind the scenes. So let's start by saluting the shrine, and then we'll meditate together. Saluting the 3 jewels in call and response. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Namah. Om. Home. So first of all, make sure that you are sitting in a comfortable posture, ready for the meditation. Do whatever you need to do. And whenever you feel ready, just close your eyes. And allow yourself to arrive gradually, slowly, into your posture in the present moment. And if it helps, you can take 1 or 2 deep breaths. Tune in with the experience of the body. Noticing any tensions. Noticing the quality of your mood. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, agitated, upset, sleepy, distracted, or on the contrary, feeling relaxed, grounded, open, receptive. Whatever the quality of your experience, just notice that, acknowledging that. And then moving the focus of your attention throughout the body, noticing concrete sensations of contact between your feet and the floor or the mat, the carpet, cushions, between your sitting bones and the chair or the cushions that you might be using right now. Sensations of weight, of temperature, contact between your hands and between the hands and the knees. Feeling the weight of the hands on your lap. Letting your arms rest, relax. Noticing the flow of the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Just witnessing the natural rhythm of your breath. And then bringing the focus of your attention to the heart area. Noticing any sensations around the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Are you holding any tension? Are there any block sensations? Can you notice the subtle contact between your skin and the clothing you are wearing now? Becoming more and more aware of the present moment, aware of being practicing with others at this time in the Nottingham Sangha. Opening your hearts and minds to cultivate sympathetic joy. In the first stage, we bring that sense of delight, of rejoicing to our experience here and now. Just acknowledging, even taking credit for giving ourselves this opportunity, for making the time to sit at this hour, this day of the week, and connect with our friends in the Sangha. Connecting with one of our sources of inspiration, that which nourishes us. Enjoying the breath, enjoying the richness of our experience here and now. In the second stage, we bring to mind somebody who is happy. It can be somebody very close to us, a good friend. It can be somebody whom we just saw smiling, opening up to goodness, to growth. We can rejoice in life. Rejoice in the fact that we share this precious opportunity with this other person. And that we can witness their growth, their development. In the third stage, we bring to mind a good friend. This person might be somebody who we look up to, somebody that we trust, somebody from whom we have received encouragement, nurturing, friendship. And we can rejoice in the many virtues of our good friend. We can rejoice in seeing our good friend growing, overcoming obstacles and difficulties. Seeing their lives unfolding, progressing on the path to wisdom. In the fourth stage, we bring to mind a neutral person. Again, we might not know much about them, but we can use our imaginations and picture them being happy, growing, developing, finding meaning in their lives, able to share what is most precious for them with those that they love and that love them. We can rejoice in life itself, that give such precious opportunities to all beings. In the fifth stage of the mudita bhavana, we bring to mind somebody who we find difficult. And this person could probably be a good friend of us, somebody very close to us. But it might be that you don't find so easy to experience happiness with their happiness. It might be that you feel jealous, that you experience envy. It might be that you feel even angry at them. So first of all, just acknowledge your experience honestly, without hiding anything from your own awareness, from your own consciousness. And then see if you can go beyond your reaction. Look further and notice virtues, qualities that this person might have. Qualities that perhaps you have enjoyed at some point. You can rejoice in the way this person brings joy to others, brings meaning to others' lives. Wishing them well in their journey. Wishing they continue growing and developing, finding meaning and progressing in the path to wisdom. And in the last stage, we remember, we recollect these 5 people. Bringing a sense of sympathetic joy, embracing them equally with that sense of rejoicing, appreciation, wishing them well. And then keep remembering, recollecting, including more sentient beings into that sphere of sympathetic joy arising from your hearts. The people connecting with you right now, virtually, meditating, supporting each other in our Nottingham Sangha. The people in your household, with whom you share life, you share your day-to-day conditions. People in the surroundings, your neighborhood, your city, your county, your country, and so on. Spreading that sense of sympathetic joy, of rejoicing, of happiness for all that lives. All those with whom you share this precious opportunity of being alive. And remembering also that this very moment, this opportunity is precious, doesn't last, it's always changing. Trying to make the most of it for the benefit of all sentient beings. And whenever you're ready, after the bell, open your eyes and bring the meditation to a closure. So those of you who have been following the meditation through our YouTube channel, you can join us now in the Zoom room. There's a few of us already connected. And now we're going to have a break. Let's come back at 8:25. So we have a bit of a space just to connect. I'm going to stay here. So as soon as we stop streaming live on YouTube, we can unmute ourselves and we can have a friendly chat. But that's coming. And thank you very much for joining us for the meditation, if that's all that you are doing tonight.